Hello and namaskar. Welcome to IIPA. I'm Rakhee Bakshee. In this series of Stalwarts Speak, we speak to some bright minds and take inspiration from their ideas and experiences. We also talk to some of the successful candidates who have cleared their UPSC Civil Services examination. And in this case, somebody that we are talking to has cleared UPSC Civil Services Examination 2021. He's working for Indian Postal Service right now. We are talking to Mr. Vishal Dhakad, the 39th rank holder this time. Many congratulations to you once again.
Thank you,
Vishal. You must be getting a lot of congratulatory messages already. But how does it feel?
Ma'am, the most important feeling as right now is like you come out of vicious cycle of that giving prelims, mains and interview again and again. So because it was my third attempt, in my first attempt I cleared prelims, mains but could not get the name into the final list. And second attempt I cleared prelims, mains and interview and got 579. But the loop didn't end, the vicious cycle remained because I wanted to become an IAS officer. So the happiest thing is that I come out of that vicious cycle and now I can read something else. Now I can build my hobbies, can devote time to them.
How practically you answered this actually. But being a winner takes a lot. Being successful, as you said, takes a lot. What do you think is the one mantra to be successful?
To avoid instant gratification. And do not succumb to your weaknesses. Like first we need to identify our weaknesses, because the thing is, if we consider, though it is said that in UPSC you need to read everything which is under the sun, but it is not the case. If you identify your strength and weaknesses, you just need to work on your weaknesses. Like my weakness was I was not good in answer writing. So my mantra is first to identify your weaknesses, which can with them you cannot clear UPSC. The weaknesses with them you cannot. So identify those and work on it. And if you able to overcome your weaknesses like answer writing or not able to revise or not good in factual related thing, if you identify and solve those weaknesses, I think it is easy to clear this exam.
So you said this is your third attempt.
Yes, ma'am.
But would you say that people who clear first attempt or the third attempt, what is the difference? I mean, does it take a lot more motivation for yourself?
Of course, ma'am, it takes a lot of motivation, because in first attempt we have that josh, we can say that yes, I can clear. And also in first attempt people do not have self-doubt, because if you are just giving your 100% and everything is work for you, then you have a lot of motivation and confidence. But if a person fails in first attempt or second attempt or even in third attempt, then definitely self-doubt come, and a person start asking strategies, what are the things in which I need to work upon from other people, and start getting others' perspective and also judge himself from others' opinion. So that is why it takes a lot of courage and self-confidence, self-motivation to clear this exam in third attempt or fourth attempt.
You know, you're already into Indian Postal Service. So if somebody is working already, how is it to then, sit for UPSC IS examination?
It's quite difficult, because in training you do not get enough time. Like for me, we are undergoing training in Rakhee Bakshee National Postal Academy, and our schedule is from 10 to 5 p.m. we have classes, and also we have compulsory yoga classes in the morning. So we get hardly, if we manage, we get 4 to 5 hours to study. That is also not very rigorous, because your whole day is occupied with other things. So yet it is very difficult, but it takes like what are your priorities in life. If my priority is to become an IAS officer and I can do any sacrifice for that matter, then I can sacrifice with my sleep. I can take 5 hours sleep. I will not go to other outdoor activities. I will not hang out with my friends. So we need to set our priorities if we are having a job or doing something else also with preparation.
I think this is a message for the youngsters. You use the word sacrifice, how important it is to structure your day like that. You said sacrifice. What other elements do you think makes for a day when you're preparing for UPSC?
For a day, I believe we do not do those things which occupy our mind. Occupy our mind in such a manner that we can't study. For example, even if a person is studying for a 10 hour, but for 40 remaining 14 hours, 6 to 7 hours sleep, but the remaining 7 to 8 hours, if he is chit chatting with friends, and if he or she is doing gossips or watching movies, then definitely his or her mind is occupied in that way on her. And when next day when he start or she starts reading, then definitely the things revolve those things which he or she did last day. So I think sacrifice here means that even if you have studied 10 hours, the other remaining hours should not be wasted in those things which give you just instant satisfaction but are not helping you in a long term in this preparation. So you need to do only those activities at least for 1 year which are directly or indirectly related to this preparation.
Is there a particular strategy or your own very secret of study or planning for this kind of an exam? Would you like to share some very specific points? Somebody would say, oh, long hours of study. Somebody would say, oh, structure your study. What would you say?
Yes, like most of toppers say, it's about smart strategy. Like I have seen people who study for 15 to 16 hours but do not able to clear this exam. Smart study means if you first thing is revision in a smart study. Second thing is notes making, your own notes making. Do not always refers to others' notes. And third thing is stick to the syllabus and previous year question paper. So these all elements consist of smart study. If a person, for example, there is one topic agriculture, if a person read 2 or 3 books on agriculture and devoting 10 to 12 hours every day for around 15 days, that cannot be considered as a smart study. We do not need to do PhD in every topic. We need to have a holistic idea because we need to write 250 words in one question. So we have that kind of idea. So that consists of smart study and smart technique, and that creates difference between toppers and those who are not able to clear this exam.
What is your own little secret that you'd like to share here?
Yeah, as I said, my secret is to set priorities. I set my priorities in life, that what I need to do. And the second secret why I remain motivated or motivated mainly, the thing is, my goal is not UPSC, to clearing the UPSC. My goal is to serve the people, because with the experiences of my life, I am 25 year old. I have learned that your heart touched when you help someone. So that is my means dream, or we can say the higher goal, and the path is UPSC. And if the path is not path would not work for me, I would go with other path, NGO or something else. So that gives me motivation, spirit that to work hard always.
How well you have actually said and shared, and it's very interesting also to know, coming from a young upcoming civil servant like you, that should be the message, as you said, serving the nation, serving the people, and that also comes with responsibilities. But coming back to the preparation part, there is prelims, mains and interview. So how does one study differently or prepare differently?
I think from the day a person start preparation of UPSC, he or she must have in his her mind about all the 3 stages, that how to the prelims and mains preparation must be integrated. And the 3 months before the prelims, one need to study wholly dedicated to prelims itself, but otherwise it must be integrated, prelims and mains preparation. Because the thing is, UPSC Civil Service prelims paper is not factual, which like state PSCs, like the person in news, etc. These kind of things are not asked. Some general things, some common understanding, common sense type of questions are asked. For that matter, you need to study a lot of books, etc. So prelims and mains preparation must be integrated. And for interview, I would say start looking at your personality from the day one of starting preparation. The thing is that it is one of the determining stage in the civil service preparation, because you worked hard and clear prelims and main but could not get good marks in interview. Then it's like a snake ladder, you again come to 0 from 99. So the thing is that. And in interview, why I'm saying that you need to start looking at your personality from the day one, because you can get a lot of information in 1 or 2 months and prepare for prelims and mains. But in interview, for changing a personality, it takes years. So the thing is that. And also what I believe in interview, they ask about what are your hobbies, what extracurricular activities you do, and you can't build a hobby in 10 days, 15 days. And they generally ask these questions that what are you doing other than the preparing for civil services. So all these things you need to work upon from the day one.
So you are saying basically a very holistic view of yourself,
Yes.
and how you present yourself the best possible manner. That is about interview. And what are the elements you think that goes for that in terms of personality building up?
First, introspection, if possible, like one need to introspect his or her activities. Second thing, if possible, start reflective writing or diary writing. That gives you a holistic understanding of yourself, like who are you, what are your hobbies, what interests are you like. So all these things. And other than that, while preparation we get bored after reading or studying for 5 to 6 hours. So it good if you build a hobby like playing guitar, dancing, singing, or anything else.
Yeah, which relaxes you.
Which relaxes the mind, and so that mind can enjoy another way also. So that.
And how does one train one's mind? Because the feedback I get from youngsters when I talk to them is how to really structure and discipline your mind, which is very important.
Ma'am, I think that is one of the most pertinent question you asked. The thing is, in our education system, we do not teach children the mind management, which is very important part, and which must be because in the internet age we are living. So for that matter, I use some exercises. For first thing is to connect my target with some instant gratifications. For example, if I want to watch a movie, I set a target that only after studying these 5 chapters, I will watch a movie. So I connected my study with the instant gratification which I want. So in that manner, my willpower is increasing, my mind is being trained, like we in circus or something, we feed a dog or we feed some animal only after only after it do something perform. So train a mind in that way. So that will definitely help aspirants.
These are very interesting ways that you're telling us or giving examples. So there is a family, there are friends, there is society, and there are so many other things. So how does one really then look at again one's own target and focus on it?
Yes, ma'am. For people who are living with their family, it's very difficult because after 18 years of age, we also want to have say in the decisions which the family is taking. So sometimes we irritated because we start feeling after attaining the puberty or attaining adulthood that our father or mother is not taking right decision. We start thinking like that. So we want to have say in that. And if we want to have say in that, sometimes they bypass some of the responsibilities to us, and we not able to focus in our studies. So in this preparation, I think role of family is also very important. They must be supportive. Your friends must be supportive, because there are things which you can't share with your family, with your parents. At least in my generation, who born in 1990s.
Also, I think the role of seniors, I mean, as I was asking some other people, the role of your seniors, I mean, let's say in your case, some were senior civil servants who've already seen things and taking guidance, inputs from them?
My background is not related to civil servants, so I do not have seniors or having good connection with those who are into the civil service. But yes, some of my professors in University of Delhi and some of my seniors who were preparing for civil services guided me. So yes, the role of mentor is very important. But nowadays, one can find mentor online also. Like there are toppers video available on YouTube. One can watch them and set his own course of action accordingly.
So you talked about the online study also, but how does one again segmentize there? Not to again get lost in that sea of knowledge, but to actually focus there as well. So I'm talking about social media, I'm talking about internet, all the online stuff available.
On social media, I don't think one can find anything which is relevant to his civil service. It just fill a person's mind. Social media, I mean to say Facebook, Instagram, or all these things. The thing is, a person start judging himself or herself with others' opinion, others' way of living. And while preparing for civil services, I think one needs to focus a lot on studies. So if a person is studying for 1 hour and then using social media for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, the thing is he or she thinks that he is relaxing, but his mind is occupied with all those things, and he that starts
Gets
revolving.
lost in that whole jungle. Yeah.
Yes, and if we talk about the internet for preparation, yes, it is, as you rightly mentioned, it's like a sea. It's very difficult to find pulse in it. So I believe that one has self confidence that yes, what he is picking or choosing is right, and for that matter, even if he is choosing something which is 70 to 80% linked to the exam, means he or she is not able to pick something which is very relevant. He or she must devote 100% to that material. And if the person can do that, then definitely that person can able to extract most of the content from that source.
Sure.
So I mean to say, there is no authenticity or 100% guarantee of any material available, that if you read or study that material you will able to, but at least give your 100% to the material you are picking.
And what reference material did you use? Would you like to share some of the reading material one should lay one's hand on?
Definitely, ma'am. Though the material for almost all the toppers are same, holistically, I would say Lakshmikant for Indian polity, and NCRTs for having a basic understanding of the things. And for geography, we have good NCRTs till 12th. For history, we have history. For ancient, we have old NCRTs of R.S. Sharma, and for medieval, we have Satish Chandra's NCRT. For modern India, we have Spectrum, Rajiv Ahir, who is an IPS officer, book of that person. So in economy, Murunal sir is one of the best teacher available in the market for preparation of economy. Also nowadays,
Or some magazine, journals, or
yes,
newspapers that you
The Hindu and Indian Express newspaper I used to read, and also if possible Yojana and Kurukshetra magazine of government. So authentic content is good. So I advise aspirant to refer the government related content, because you need to write answer in that vocabulary itself. So if Niti Aayog document like India at 75, if a person can read, one can read, like I read second ARC reports, administrative, that second ARC report. So in this manner, I prefer to read the authentic materials from the government itself.
Okay, so lots that you shared here. But looking at use of technology and innovation now, which is being talked about even in governance, how much role do you think it is playing and it should play? The role of technology.
Okay, technology. Yes, ma'am. Technology is double-edged sword. Like, it has both positive and negative impact. In government, we are seeing that because of technology, the interface between the citizen and the government is more. The role of middleman is reducing. So definitely that is helping. We are seeing every content is available online, like government website. There is citizen charter, right to information. You can file a complaint online. We have Umang, Pragati portals of government in which a person can file. So definitely it is increasing interface between people and government. But there are challenges also involved. Like cyber security challenges are there. Frauds are increasing. In a year, more than 60,000 of bank frauds happen. So all these things are challenges, and we need to develop, like government need to develop its mechanism and its regulation in that manner, according to the evolving time.
So balance is required,
yes,
you're saying, and vigil is also required,
yes,
as you're saying. So the landscape of governance in coming years, you think would change? We are also looking at India and the vision of India at 2047. What would you say governance would look like then? What are your thoughts right now?
The kind of colonial mindset we have today, like though it has reduced tremendously, but yet we have like the district magistrate and other government servant bureaucrats are yet treated in a different manner with common people. And also there is it is not very easy to access those resources of the government as well as those mechanism and whole of the bureaucracy. So I think in 2047 things would change in that manner completely. People would be more empowered. The political culture would become, nowadays we have participatory plus subjective culture, but I think in 2047 we have a lot of participatory culture, but along with that comes new challenges of anarchy also. Like if people would become so much empowered, they feel like why they need government. So, and also there would be challenges from other countries also. Like we are having neighbors like China, which wants to become a monopolist country having superpower and only hegemony.
So basically,
in the
you're
world.
saying that we have to look, be aware of the global scenario, and we
Yes.
have to look at our own domestic concerns,
Yes,
and then balance it all.
Yes,
basically, so basically, the new age governance, Vishalji, what would you think should be like? We just handled pandemic, so there are challenges that we sometimes face, which are very new. New situations come also now that you will be, working and will be looking at public administration very closely. How would you really look at it?
Ma'am, in new age governance, as our honorable
Or digital governance,
Yes,
for
ma'am.
example, everything is digitized.
It must be citizen centric, as this government or our honorable prime minister motto is sabka saath and sabka vikas, and people centric governance. So that must be focused. The whole government machinery must focus how even a person living in the far-flung areas can have say in the decision making. So that should be the motive, I believe.
As they say, antim vyakti ko bhi
Yes, ma'am.
majbuti mile, as they say. So I think you have really said it here also. Any message for all the youngsters who are watching you here?
Ma'am, youngsters who are preparing for civil services, I would advise them that please consider this exam as exam only. Don't judge yourself that if you fail in this exam, it's a failure of your life. You may have some other talent, you may have some other capabilities. So I know many people who are more talented than me but not able to clear this exam. So first thing is, don't judge yourself with respect to not clearing or clearing this exam. And second thing is, most important thing, not this exam in your life I'm talking about, is to become a responsible citizen, is to become a best version of yourself that will give you self-confidence and respect in yourself, that I am doing what I want to do.
Very well said. And any goal, desire, dream now that you have, now that you said that I'm relieved, vicious cycle is over, what is it?
Ma'am, first thing is, I'm eagerly waiting for my training of IAS in Mussoorie. There I would see the scenario and would decide my future course of action. As of now, I am developing some of my hobbies. I'm starting reading some of books, and also as of now I'm helping aspirants who are preparing, like sharing my strategies or clearing their doubts. So this is it.
So you're already helping, so you already have a roadmap for others so that they also do well. Thank you so much for talking to us, Vishal Dhakad ji here, and I'm sure you'll do well ahead also.
Thank you.
That was Mr. Vishal Dhakad talking to us here. He has shared his strategy, he shared messages for youngsters who are aspiring to be in UPSC Civil Services examination and be successful there. Thank you for watching this show as always, and namaskar.